Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a Happy Mail video and sort of a continuation of updates because I came home late, I filmed updates late, and I just had so many things to tell you about. And I also had a request to share the information on how to make these envelopes. So I'm going to share those measurements. But first, let's get this Happy Mail opened. Real life has been so busy that I'm just not getting to my P.O. box as timely as I could or should, so I'll try to do a better job. This is from Kathy, who is StampnKat on Instagram. I'll try to remember to put all those links down below. She's also in the Basic Gray collab, so you might be familiar with her. She sent me, oh my gosh, you make my heart happy. That's a cute card. Noni uses a bunch of those too. She has those. But look what she sent me. See, I knew what was going to be in here. So she messaged me and said, hey, do you have this? Because she had picked up two. It's Love with a Paw, BFF, and a Paw with a Heart, and Little Paws. There's a cat set that's similar. So right here, this was the cat set. The paw is a little smaller. There's a cat and cat with a fishbowl, and then the love is a little smaller too. So I thought this would be fun. I like this big paw and the tag with the BFF on it and these paws. And I think this one I will like a lot better. Many of the paw dies, this one is, it's a flip of the positive and negative. So this one you're going to have like essentially the dirt around it and then the cutout of the paws, I think. The other ones, it makes these tiny little pieces of the pads and you reassemble. No, I'm not doing that. So I think this is awesome. Thanks so much, Kathy. So this one I did know it was going to be in there. And her card got a little munched, because she was trying to mail it. So this is interesting. She mailed a dimensional card and a die set with a non-machinable and then an extra forever. So that's a total of, $1.60, I think. Pretty cool idea. I haven't gifted dies this way, I don't think. I've always put them in a larger Happy Mail package. And I think, you can't go with such a fancy card, maybe. You have to downsize it. I had that problem. I was trying to send tea to Melody Maid because she's doing like Tea Tuesdays. My tea that I like, my favorite tea, doesn't work even in this. It's too thick. It has a bunch right at the bottom. Sometimes you have to go in packages, but this die idea is a super cool way. Very tricky, Kathy. Thank you. This is from Nancy. Nancy doesn't Instagram or YouTube with us, but she sends gorgeous Happy Mail and pops in and out sometimes. So let's see what she sent. And look at this stamp. It's like this one that I have that I'm like in love with. Very cute. Oh, she's got some blue in here. That's a neat stamp too. So Nancy said she loves swapping ephemera bits, which I agree because two things. It gets stuff off my counter and it also is just a fun way to see what other people have. I made a kit for Eileen, the dog journal, and I was kind of bummed because I ran out the door in a hurry and took the tub, but I missed other bits and stuff that I would have thrown in had I been planning. But it's just so fun to do that. And Nancy, never be shy. You don't send me stuff that I don't want. She said she found a book called 1,033 Reasons to Smile at a resale shop for 99 cents. And so she took some of these and made, oh my gosh, these could be tuck spots. They could also be journaling cards and gorgeous papers. Look at this blue floral. I love that, Nancy. Finding a way to reuse something you were originally going to throw away. Crafty repurposing with a smile. Oh my gosh, it's like they made that one for us. I love that. And did you stamp the smile or were the smiles in the book? I feel like you stamped it because it's navy blue. I mean, it was meant to be. Pets with boring people names. Cats named Larry, dogs named Susan. These beat Fluffy and Spot any day. My dog's name is Wilson, and that gets a lot of comments. So that is hilarious, Kathy. I see why you had to send that to me. Random stuff woven into a bird's nest. Clipped hair from the sidewalk in front of the barber. Okay, that one's kind of long, but remember, they do all this with their little feet, beaks and feet. Amazing. They love your thread. So if you have like bits of thread, you can throw that out on the lawn in the spring. Birds singing in the morning, going to be a good day smile. Oh, that's another one. See, she must be putting the smiley faces because it's color-coded. That is adorable, Nancy. I love these. They're super fun, and I do appreciate them. And you don't ever have to worry. I think swapping bits like this is more fun to me. And I didn't know that in the beginning, like when I was doing giveaways and that kind of thing, but you guys commented on it too. I think swapping things we make is more exciting than paper pads and buying stuff because we have too much paper. For this die, Kathy asked me, right? She was like, check your stash, and I checked Noni's too. But these are so inspirational, and it's fun to see how other people put things together and their ideas. I love that she made each one coordinate and inked them with different inks. Super fun. You just get ideas. I have been watching some of those books too. I saw one the other day in a store, but it was really long and skinny. And quite frankly, that didn't work for me. This is from Mary. Mary lives in Salem, which is almost the same town as me, where I live in Kaiser. But we haven't actually met. We've swapped some stuff. I porch dropped when she wanted one of my journals, but we haven't met or shopped together. And this thing is full, Mary. What's going on in here? And look at these envelopes, you guys. I love the inspiration from this envelope. I don't know if this is, it feels like she did it with acrylic paint. And Mary is really good at mixed media stuff, so that would make sense. It feels like maybe she did it with nice big foamy stamps and acrylic paint. It has a bit of a sheen to it that you definitely wouldn't get with regular ink. Oops. Let's get this out. Oh my gosh, look at the cherry duct tape. Do you have cherry duct tape? I do not. Okay. Ooh, look at these little embellishment things. Oh, these will be cool for travel journals, huh? I have a tub for that. She probably heard me say that before. I'm going to take these out. And I noticed in my updates video that there were a lot of problems with the focus. So I don't know if I'm doing something different. I think I'm going to change my camera mount again. Look at these. Road trip, travel, detour. Oh my gosh. Adventure. These are adorable. Really cute, Mary. Oh no, is this her card? Oh, this is ridiculous. I will fix that. I will glue it back down. Oh my gosh. Look at the card she makes. And these blue flowers. I don't think I have this paper, and clearly I need to. It's a really nice blue shimmer. Maybe I do, but I don't think so. Joy and happiness. Oh my gosh, that is precious, Mary. So she sent this to the wrong P.O. box, so it's battered a little, but I'm going to just patch that up right now. We'll fix it. And then since it came back to her, she added some more stuff and resent it. This was a new coneflower die set that she got and she was trying out. And I think it's pretty fabulous. What do you guys think? And I like that she did the leaves with patterns. Look at that. Oh, that's so cute. Really cute. And on the inside, she has put a piece of paper and then she put a layer of washi across the bottom. That's a really cute way to finish it. I like to put something cute in my cards, and when I don't have patterned paper or I don't have scraps of it, I don't know why I'm not thinking about washi. That's great. Oh my gosh. This is adorable. These are so perfect for me. I'm thinking maybe she hand wound each one of these for me. Mary, this is great. Ribbon and blue rickrack. Is that the most perfect blue ever? Not too bright, not navy. Love that. And then look, a little measuring tape in blue. Oh, those are cute, Mary. Thank you. Oh, look, she sent me some cone flowers too, so I can make cards. So stems and leaves and the flowers themselves, very cool. Ooh. Dilutions paint on deli paper. Used a woodcut stencil. I'm trying to use up the Dilutions paint before it turns into cottage cheese. Not happy with its shelf life. I agree. I absolutely agree. I think we've talked about that before here, and I told you if you have tubs like this, be sure to use them up, you guys. And Dilutions paint comes in these bottles now, probably because it was problematic. Diane Reevely, who is Dilutions, she had some really cool techniques that only that worked because of the size of this container and that you could dunk stuff into it and credit cards and that kind of thing. But you can still do them on a board. It was a cool idea, but they just don't last. So if you have any of these, use them up. And that is a cool color. Really like it. The other thing about swapping with people, you guys, like Nancy was saying, I don't have this color of paint. This isn't a color of paint that would even occur to me to purchase. But look at how amazing it is. And think of how it would look in journals with my blues or my teals. And you get colors and textures and things that you don't have. I could save one of these. I could use one as a page in a journal and then take the other one and tear it up and use it for embellishments. And it just adds something that isn't in any of my other projects and won't be in my stash. So there are really cool ways to spread joy, and it's not very expensive, because I would have been super excited if she just mailed me this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so she must have a subscription or get the magazines. She sent me the magazines before, and I was so excited. I really like them. This is from, this one's from March of 2013, and this one's from February of 2020. The age of these magazines doesn't matter, you guys. You will open them up and be inspired. Like, look at this for my bird journal. Is this not inspirational or exciting? It's super cool. Love it. So if you see these in thrift stores or wherever, honestly, there was a whole tub yesterday next to me at the sale. That's a different video. And the ones on top were quilt books or something, so I just moved on. It never even occurred to me to look in the tub and see if there were crafter magazines, darn it, or paper crafter magazines. Thank you so much, you guys, for the inspiration coming in the mail. I just really appreciate you, but I never want people sending me things if it's like, a financial burden or a stressful thing. You just do it because it brings you some joy too. Let's talk about these envelopes. I was going to share the measurements in updates. I just forgot. There was just too much going on. So we'll do it here. This came from, I think it was on a video from Deb Hauk. Sorry, that's in pencil, so you guys are going to have a hard time seeing it. I need to darken that up. But when I went back to find it, I couldn't find the video. Because I went back and looked for the video once just for myself, even before you guys started asking. And so then I left that note there. And this is my little notebook that I talked about. Little notebook saves the day again because I couldn't find the video later. I write this stuff in pencil when it's just for me, right? So I can change it up, but it's too hard for you guys to see. So I've got to use a pen and darken it up for you. Now, I'm not fancy, but I still managed to get things done. Super simple, 6x6 piece of paper, couple recommendations about it. It can be double-sided. I use single because what I very often use this for is single-sided pieces of paper that I don't love. It's a way to use them up, but I don't know that I want to make you a card with this paper. A lot of you love like mustard, earthy kind of grunge. Not me. It's not my jam. So I would feel guilty like, oh my gosh, I used bad paper on her card. So I use single-sided typically because I use things, this one I made because I loved, but I use things that I'm trying to find a home for. You very easily could use a double-sided piece. Like this one would be super cute as an envelope. Yeah, we might do that. And then you would have something pretty inside the flap. See here, I could have a travel exterior, and I think I would do that because it has a lot of colors and I could mix it into something. Or I could do a wood one, would go with everything, right? And I'd have two sides. What you want to think about, though, is the thickness of the paper. The thinner the paper, the easier this is to work with. The better the flap will stay down, and it will be less bulky if you want to put it in journals. Thinner paper is better, but honestly, this is the paper I have, so that's what I use. I did some of these on that Daisy paper pack I used a long time ago. That's where I fell into this, I think. That paper was super thin. So if you have thin papers in your collection that you're not sure what to do with, this is a fabulous project for them, okay? But I'm just going to use regular. This is a piece of a basic gray paper that I got out of a pad. You'll see that later. And I'm going to show you real quick. If you want a full tutorial, like if you're a newer paper crafter and you're like, that's not gonna work for me, you just tell me and we'll do a separate video. Okay, so you take this piece of paper. Your envelope is gonna be 5 inches wide. So you're gonna score at 1/2 on each end, okay? 1/2, 1/2. Then you rotate it, and it does not matter which order you score your paper in. You just need to end up with all these lines. Okay, here you're gonna go 1 inch. That's your top flap, 1 inch, okay? And then you're gonna score at 3 3/4, okay? That's your bottom fold. You can do this with a ruler and a piece of paper and a pencil, right? You don't need a scoreboard. You don't need a scoreboard for this. You don't need anything fancy. Now, at this point, you've got some choices. And let me show you. On this one, which I don't love, it was a little harder to line this part up. I experimented. If you love this super clean style without the little bit thing right here, then you would remove this. This is cut out for clean. Okay, you would remove from this section to here, okay? And then these would be the flaps you fold in and go up. Either way, no matter what, you're gonna remove this and this. Now, if you want this style, which I like better, it's a little easier to line up. You don't have the risk of a white paper bit showing right there, and it's probably how she showed it in the beginning. Then you remove this. So I'm going to call this normal, okay? This for normal. And both sides, right? This side, it's an envelope. You want the sides to be the same. You're going to fold on these lines. You can tell I am so fancy and careful about this. That's going to be your flap. That's going to be your flap. Comes down like that. You will have cut those out and glued, and you will have removed these. Now, when I cut these, some of these parts you have to be a little more careful about because they're going to show. So the top part is going to show. I'm going to cut that one as straight as I possibly can, which isn't very straight. This part I'm going to angle down a little because I don't want any flaps sticking out, okay? And this one's going to be like a normal basic one. I'm going to angle it down a little. Oops, I didn't do a great job cutting off that score line. I hope the focus is good because this is a really hard way to cut for me, so I'm doing it for you. Then, same thing here. When I cut this out, I'm going to cut it like this so that I don't have to deal with the flaps and worry about them getting lined up. I just took a little extra out, and then I'll fold it right there, fold it right there. I put the glue right here so I don't worry about going up too high. And then the way I made those angles, I just snipped these with scissors a little more. And honestly, I put the envelope together and then fiddled with them. But I don't think the world cares if you get your flaps straight. So that's one side, and you can see how it is. See, I just went back and snipped it a little bit so it came down all the way to the paper. And then you decide, do you want to round your corners or not? You could, this is what I was thinking about. I'm going to use a flower because it's here. You could put a flower right here, and then the thing could tuck behind the flower as a closure. You could use a little circle of paper. You could use Velcro, whatever you want. If you use thinner paper, it's not going to puff up much. And honestly, I don't think I care anyway. Okay, those are the envelopes. If you want a full tutorial or you need help, never hesitate to ask me. It's not that I don't want to help. It's that I just get bored and I don't want to make like, well, I have a blog, but I don't remember to check it. Do you guys? Okay, I will be back tomorrow with a giant haul. Let me show you. I am getting ready to film this haul. I don't even know how long it will take or the best way to do it, but I think I need to organize the table a little and then I'll film it and tell you all about yesterday. Thanks for watching. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye.